You're listening to the English Football Podcast. Hello and welcome to the English Football Podcast for another episode of the Daily Match Review. Today we go through the games of the 2nd of December 2022. We'll start in Group G as Cameroon seal a famous win over Brazil that ultimately comes in vain. Vincent Aboubakar's late header caused pandemonium as Cameroon snatch a win in a game which was largely dominated by Brazil. The Selico peppered FC goal at times, but couldn't finish their group stage campaign with a flourish. They'll still top Group G despite Switzerland's 3-2 win over Serbia, but that result spells the end of Cameroon's tournament, who needed the Swiss to draw or lose in order to progress at their expense. Aboubakar's late header may have seen him get sent off, amidst the celebrations, but also seal his country's first ever win over Brazil. The Al Nassr striker had 3 shots from inside the box, scoring with the only one on target. He also completed 4 final third entries and 4 passes in that area, creating a good chance from Mbeumo with 1. Aboubakar won 2 of 4 aerial duels he took on, as well as winning and conceding 2 free kicks, and clearing the ball 4 times to help out his defence. Let's go to the other game in Group G. Switzerland have sealed their place in the last 16 of the World Cup. Frula's second half goal saw them see off Serbia in a fiery encounter. There was little between the two sides in a hectic first half, but the Swiss took control over the match after the break and never requiesced it. There were 11 yellow cards in this game, the most in a World Cup match since famously fractious 2010 final. Switzerland finished second in Group G behind Brazil on goal difference. They're a model of consistency these days, having qualified for the knockout stage in each of their last 5 major tournaments since 2014. Serbia finished bottom, they are out. Let's go to Group H. Uruguay and Ghana are both knocked out of the World Cup despite a 2-0 win for Uruguay. Andre Ayew had the chance to give Ghana the lead from the spot after VAR awarded a penalty by a late challenge from Roque. But his tame effort was saved. 2 goals in 6 minutes from De Acarasta put Uruguay in the driving seat, and they were heading for the last 16 until a late goal from South Korea in the other game. Uruguay were denied a penalty by VAR, and no matter how hard both sides pushed, they couldn't find the back of the net in stoppage time. Uruguay finished level on points with South Korea, but were just edged on goals scored, after only netting twice in the tournament. Ghana only needed to draw to go through, but a slow first half ended up costing them. Let's go to the other game in Group H. Portugal took the lead just after 5 minutes, after Horta found the back of the net on his World Cup debut. South Korea equalised 20 minutes later after Kim Gwang-gwang reacted quickest to a mistake from Ronaldo. The first half was played at a very slow pace, with both sides being patient with their build-up play. Portugal were the more dominant side, however, forcing Kim into 5 saves. The second half was relatively quiet for the most part until Son Heung-min countered forward Hwang Hee-chan to score the 91st minute winner to put South Korea through to the knockout rounds. The win means South Korea finished second in Group H and will face the winners of Group G. And we know who that is now, that was Brazil. Portugal remain top of the group despite their loss and will face runners-up in Group G, which we know now, Switzerland. Which could be still all 4 teams in So, quite a few games in League One as well. Bolton drew 1-1 with Bristol Rovers. Charlton lost 1-0 at home to Cheltenham. Ipswich drew 1-1 with Fleetwood. Morecambe drew 1-1 with Exeter City. Peterborough lost 2-1 at home to Barnsley. And Plymouth lost 2-0 at home to Port Vale. In League 2, Crewe 1, Newport 2, Doncaster 0, Walsall 2, Stevenage 5, Barrow 0. And in the National League North, Alfred Town 1, Kidderminster Harriers 1, Chester FC 1, Bliss Spartans 0, Darlington 2, Kettering Town FC 2, and in the National League South, Bath City 1, Welling United 2. Thank you for listening. You've been listening to the English Football Podcast. Subscribe for just £1 a month on Spotify to get exclusive debate weeks and episodes that only subscribers can watch. Thank you for listening. See you next time.